Hi, Summit family. This week is all about hope. Now, hope in the human sense, we automatically default to wishful thinking. But the biblical sense of the word hope is a secure assurance. It is knowing that God has never failed us in the past. Therefore, we have a secure assurance, hope, that He will fulfill that claim. Now, back in the Old Testament, prophets spoke of the coming of the Messiah, the birth of Jesus. And Paul wrote in Galatians chapter 4 that, "But when the right time came, God sent His Son, born of a woman, subject to the law." God sent Him to buy freedom for us who were slaves to the law, so that He could adopt us as His very own children. And because we're His children, God has sent the Spirit of His Son into our hearts, prompting us to call out, "Abba, Father." Now you are no longer a slave, but God's own child. And since you are His child, God has made you His heir. Now, this is the great hope that we celebrate at Christmas. We were all slaves, bound by our own sinful nature. But because of God's perfect love for us, He sent His Son as a sacrifice for our sins so that we can be freed of whatever is keeping us from becoming fully a part of God's eternal family. There's nothing wishful about that thinking. That's a secure assurance. So as we prepare our homes, shop for presents, just prepare for the season in anticipation for Christmas season, let's also stir up anticipation in our hearts for the promise of Christ's return. So, there's nothing wishful about that either. It's also a secure assurance. It's hope. So, how are you going to prepare your hearts for His return?